Hare Krishna, I welcome all our devotees for today's. It's a special session on the celebration of Sri Radha Stami. So we will try to glorify Radha Stami and Radha Rani. Hello. Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Bharini Radha Bharini Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannath. Jaya Paladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parajigacharya Stotra Sadasri Srimad Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parajigacharya Stotra Sadasri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anant Kori Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Punya Kshetra Jagannath Puri Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories. Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing with our celebration of Radhashtami. So today is the second day. We will have a glorification of Srimati Radharani. So before I start, I would like to have some few questions. Maybe you can answer. If a person who is not able to speak, he cannot speak, he can deliver a big lecture in front of a big audience. Is it possible for him to deliver a big lecture? He is not able to speak also. Is it possible? It's not possible. A person who cannot even walk, can he climb on a mountain? Yes. Oh, very well. So he can actually basically see if he cannot walk, isn't it? He cannot climb on the mountain. How he can climb? He cannot even walk. How he can climb on the mountain? Okay, that is the same situation for me also now here. I cannot speak on Srimati Radharani. So it's difficult. Not qualified. So many disqualifications are there. Then there's a question comes, then why did you accept? Isn't it? Why did you accept and then why you are sitting on the Vyasasana? So you'll see the why and how. Before that, just we'll see this second slide here. So this understanding of Srimati Radharani. So we'll see a few points. The glories of Radhashtami, and then the explanation of the name Radha, and then the position of Srimati Radharani, and then we'll try to understand who is Radharani actually, Srimati Radharani. We can perceive in different ways. Like, for example, if I take myself, I can be identified as the son of my parents, or even I can be identified as the father of my child. So like this I can be identified. The person is same, but he can be identified in different ways. So similarly, the personality Srimati Radharani is the same, but we can perceive her in different ways. So we'll see there are many ways we can perceive her. So we'll just see as an internal energy of Krishna, and as the source of all Lakshmi and consorts of the Lord, and as a personification of Mahabhava, and as the topmost Gopi. And then we'll see Radha and Krishna are non-different. And then finally, what is the benefit? Of course, this is the most important point for us. So whatever we do, we wanted to know what is the benefit I am going to get. So what is the benefit of worshipping Srimati Radharani? And then we'll conclude. Okay, so I asked the question how a person can speak or how a person can walk. It's not possible. But here comes the answer. Mukam karodi vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. So it says the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the form of Satchidananda Vigraha, transcendental bliss, knowledge and eternity. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him who turns the dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross mountains. Such is the mercy of the Lord. So only by the mercy of the Lord, even a lame person or a dumb person can eloquently speak, or a lame person can climb the mountain also. It is possible provided he receives the mercy of the Lord. So it's not only the mercy of the Lord, and Lord can empower someone also to bless such a person to perform such activities. So that person who can bless the person who can speak, who is a dumb person can speak, or a lame man can climb on the mountain, is our Guru. So this same verse, at the last line, it was little bit adjusted also. Yat kripa tamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinadaranam. So with the mercy of the Guru, that mercy comes from the Guru. How it comes? The mercy of the Guru comes through the parampara from the Lord only. So anyway, the mercy comes from the Lord. The costless mercy of the Lord comes, but it comes through the Guru parampara. So with that mercy, a person can speak. So only with that assurance that at least our Guru parampara will bless us, so that we can speak. That is the only hope for us to speak on any subject matter, not only about Srimati Radharani, any subject matter for that case. We cannot speak anything. We are not qualified, never will be qualified, but only by the mercy of the Lord through our Guru, we will be able to speak something what our Guru has told us, what our Parampara Gurus has told, and what Srila Prabhupada has given in his books. So through that strength of the Guru Parampara, the whole Guru Parampara is behind us whenever we are trying to speak about the Lord. So with that strength, we will try to understand. So once it has happened that Narada ji, he went to Brahma and then he asked, my dear father, I want to understand, I want to hear the glories of Radhashtami. Then Brahmaji said, I cannot speak on the glories of Radhashtami. The person only who can speak is the Supreme Lord Hari. He is the only person he can speak on the Radhashtami, glories of Radhashtami. Then if only Supreme Lord can speak, then whatever, then how we can sit here and speak on the glories of Radhashtami? So it says here, Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani. So what is Madhavatiti actually? Madhavatiti refers to what? Madhavatiti basically it refers to Ekadashi. So because Madhavatiti means the day or the Tithi which is very dear to Lord Madhava. So that which is very dear to Lord Madhava is Ekadashi. And who is the personality who is very, very dear to Lord Madhava? Srimati Radharani. So is her appearance day will also be more dear to the Lord, isn't it? So when Radharani is more dear to Krishna, then her appearance day also will be more dear to Krishna. So in a way that is also as called as, Radhashtami also called as a Madhavatiti. But in Bhatma Purana it's mentioned here, this verse here, Ekadasya Sahasrena Yat Phalam Labate Naraha. So that means If you are following 1000 Ekadashi, 1000 Ekadashi you follow, and whatever the benefit you are going to accumulate from that, following that 1000 Ekadashi, Radha Janmashtami Punyam Tasma Chad Guna Adhikam. So that means the 1000 Ekadashis, whatever you follow, whatever the benefit you are going to get, whatever the benefit you are going to accumulate from that, if you follow the vrata of Radhashtami, that is 100 times more than the 1000 Ekadashi vratas. So how much benefit is there? So how many of us are following Ekadashi vrata? How many of us are following? Okay. So at least now we need to, now if you think 1000 Ekadashi means how many years we have to follow? So all those benefits of following 1000 Ekadashi, we will just get only just by following Radhashtami Vrata. So we are so fortunate that we are going to celebrate tomorrow this Radhashtami. So you simply just follow Radhashtami Vrata. Radhashtami, Srimati Radharani is so merciful, not like Janmashtami. Janmashtami Vrata, how long we have to follow? Till midnight we have to follow fasting. But Radharani is so merciful, and she allows us to break the fast by noon. That also full prasadam, no Ekadashi prasadam. It's a normal prasadam. So it's easy to follow it. So no need to worry about it. It's very simple, very easy to follow. Everyone can follow it. So we have an opportunity tomorrow. So we can follow this and get the benefit of 1000 Ekadashis follow, whatever the benefit. So that Radhashtami Vrata is this much the glorification. Okay, now next we'll see what is the name Radha it refers to. Because she appeared in Rasamandala and was running Davamana to the Lord, when she saw him very enthusiastic to enjoy Ramana, her name is Radha. So it happened that Radharani, when Krishna was there in Rasamandala in Golok Vrindavan, the Lord wants to enjoy. So if someone wants to enjoy, at least there should be one more person, isn't it? But is it the case for Krishna also? Is it the case for Krishna? If we wanted to enjoy, if someone is sitting and then laughing alone, what we are going to tell about him? He's a madman. If someone is sitting alone and if he sees himself laughing, then we will think that he's a madman. But that is not the case for Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Why? Supreme Lord is Atma Rama, So he can enjoy on his own. But still, the Lord, the left portion of the body of Krishna, from the left portion of the body of Krishna appeared in another personality, that is Srimati Radharani. So the moment she appeared, immediately she realized that Krishna is trying to enjoy, so immediately she was running towards Krishna with flowers. So the first service, so Matajis are so great, that's what I'm thinking now. The first service Radharani did, what is that? Offering flowers to Krishna. So those Matajis who are serving flower garland seva is more glorious, isn't it? So she was running to serve the Lord with flowers. So she was in Rasamandala, so Ra, Davamana means running, so Radha. So that's how her name came, Radha. Now who is the enjoyer here in this particular instance? Who is the enjoyer? Either Radha or Krishna? Who is enjoying here? Supreme Krishna is the enjoyer. When we see it, it looks like Krishna is the enjoyer because Radha Rani is serving Krishna. So Krishna is the enjoyer. So the person who is serving, how he can enjoy it? The person who has been served, he is the only enjoyer, isn't it? So but whereas Krishna, he could not realize how much Radharani is enjoying just by simply serving. Will it happen in the material world like that? If a person is serving, will he get any bliss? In the material world it will not happen. He will not, anyone who is serving, he will not get any bliss. We are all working for how long? Each of us working for 25, 30 years in any organization, anywhere we are working. Do any of us, when we are come out of the office, when we working in the office, are we feeling any pleasure? We are always looking at the clock, no? When it will strike 4 or 3. So when we will go out. This is what everyone is thinking. When we will go out of this office. But whereas here when we are serving in the temple to Krishna, do any one of us look at the clock? Only management people look at the clock. Rest of them, everyone, all the devotees are, nobody wants to see the clock. Only from management we wanted to finish the program as per the time, so we always look at the clock. Otherwise the devotees are always enjoying. Yesterday the program went up to 9:30, there was no one was raising any concern. So everyone were enjoying it. So no one feels the pain in serving for the Lord. But whereas in the material world, it's in the other way. So they will feel pain. So they wanted, so the point is, the person who is serving, he will not enjoy it. But whereas in the spiritual world, the person who serves is enjoying more than the person who is served. That's how Krishna, he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to realize how much the Srimati Radharani is enjoying. That Krishna could not realize it. So he wants to see how much Radharani is enjoying. So he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The name Radha is derived from the root word Aradhana, which means worship, service. The personality who excels all in worshipping Krishna may therefore be called Radhika, the greatest servitor. So it's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 487. So the Radha, the another explanation is that the service, the Aradhana means the service, the worshipping. So from that, that's the root word of Aradhana. So from that root word, because the existence of Radharani is for service only. The another question is here, we are all coming to temple. All of us are serving in the temple or not? All of us are serving in the temple, isn't it? But what is the difference when Radharani is serving and we are serving? What is the difference in our service and Radharani's service? No difference? Lot of difference. Incomparable. Okay. We will see that in the next few slides. After that, we will see how there is a big difference. The enjoyment. See, the enjoyment Radharani is getting, the bliss Radharani is getting in serving Krishna is much, much higher than what we are getting. Of course, as I said in the beginning, we are also getting bliss when we are serving to the Lord. But the blissfulness Radharani is getting is much, much higher than what we are getting it. Her worship Aradhana consists of fulfilling the desires of the Lord Krishna. Therefore, the Puranas call her Radhika. See, we are all here serving. As I said, we are serving to the Lord. We are serving why? Because we are existing. Isn't it? We are existing, so we are serving the Lord. But Radharani's case is, our existence is only for serving. This is the difference. So we are serving because we are existing, but Radharani's existence is for service. That's what we've seen in the appearance. How the Radharani appeared is when the Krishna wanted to enjoy, Radharani appeared. So the appearance of the Radharani is only for serving the Lord. So our existence is for serving, but our service is for our existence. So this is the difference between our service and Radharani's service. So all the pastimes of the Lord we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, if you see, there is no mention of the name Radha except in only one sloka, that also in hidden form. It's not explicitly given the name of Radha. Why it is given like that? Because we all know that Parishit Maharaj has got only 7 days and Sukadeva Goswami, actually who is Sukadeva Goswami? Sukadeva Goswami is the pet parrot of Radharani. Srimati Radharani. So when Sukadeva Goswami is a pet of Radharani, when Sukadeva Goswami utters the name Radha, he will go into ecstasy. So after that he cannot speak further. So that's why he very consciously was avoiding the name Radha, because he has to speak the whole Bhagavatam within 7 days. So if he speaks Radha and then he will go into ecstasy, then who is going to speak Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj? So that's the reason Sukadeva Goswami was trying to hide the name Radha. But still in one sloka he could not do it. So he has given in a hidden way. It's the 10th canto, 30th verse, 30th chapter, 28th verse. Anaradito nunam Bhagavan Harir Ishwaraha yanno vyaha Govinda pritoyam anayat raha. So here the word anaya aradito. So it's mentioned, certainly this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to the secluded place. So when gopis were having the rasa dance with Krishna, so suddenly Krishna has disappeared. Krishna has disappeared. So everyone were searching, where is Krishna, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? And at the same time, Srimati Radharani also missing from there. So all the gopis, they were thinking that Krishna has taken this particular gopi, Srimati Radharani, and he has gone in a secluded place. So why Krishna has taken Radharani, not the others? Because they are thinking that this particular gopi, this Radharani, has served Krishna in a perfect way. This is what Ana Aradito Nunam. Nunam means is perfectly she worshipped. Perfectly she worshipped Krishna. So that's why Bhagavan Hari Ishwara Yanno Vyaha Govinda. So he has abandoned all of us only because of that particular gopi. So here he has given. But whereas if you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has given in more detail about Srimati Radharani. So if you see both of them, there is a similarities are there. We have seen that Parikshit has got only 7 days, so Sukadeva Goswami has got limited time of 7 days. Whereas Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the first itself, in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was having a doubt because of his advanced age. He was thinking that whether I will be able to complete Chaitanya Charitamrita or not. He was having a doubt. So he wants to give the complete everything in the beginning itself as a brief. And then after that he was trying to give more details. So there also Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has a limited time. He was not knowing. At least here in this case, Srimad Bhagavatam, they know we have got 7 days. But whereas for Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he doesn't know how many days he has got more to complete this Chaitanya Charitamrita. But still he has spoken about Srimati Radharani. So how he has spoken? Because Chaitanya Charitamrita was written based on what? It was written based on the diary maintained by Swarup Damodar and Murari Gupta. So who is Swarup Damodar actually in this Krishna Leela? Swarup Damodar is Vishaka Saki, and Murari Gupta is of course Hanuman. So if you are speaking on behalf of a devotee or behalf of the acharyas, the Vishaka is close associate of Krishna. So she knows very well the details of Krishna, she knows very well the details of Radharani. So based on their diary, based on their points, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was able to write Chaitanya Charitamrita with more details of Srimati Radharani. So here in one of the verse here, it's mentioned here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writing here, Govinda Anandini Radha. Govinda Anandini Radha. So what is Anandini? He is the one who gives pleasure. So Radharani is giving pleasure to Krishna, Govinda. Govinda Mohini. And Govinda Sarvasya Sarvakanta Siromani. So here if you see Govinda Anandini and Govinda Mohini. So what is the difference between that? Radha is one who gives pleasure, and she is also enchantress of Govinda. So the difference is both are same. Actually, if you see, basically both are same, giving the pleasure to Krishna and enchanting Krishna. So why it's mentioned like that? Because even Krishna gets bewildered by the service of the Radha, Srimati Radharani. So that's why it's mentioned, two different words are given here. Govinda Anandini and Govinda Mohini. So service of Radharani, it bewilders even Krishna. It bewilders Krishna. Krishna thinks that how Radharani is serving like this, from how much bliss they are getting it, from how they are getting it. Even myself, I am being served, I am not enjoying that much bliss, but Radharani is serving me, but how she is getting so much bliss. So this is the bewilderment of Krishna. And Govinda Sarvasya. So Radharani knows everything about Krishna. All in all of Krishna. And Sarva Kanta Sironmani. So the crest jewel of all consorts. And further it says here, no. Atayeva Sarva Pujya Parama Devata Sarva Palika Sarva Jagatera Mata. So what is Atayeva Sarva Pujya? She is being worshipped by everyone. Everyone is worshipping. This is because Supreme Lord, and also Parama Devata. She is Supreme Goddesses. And she is Sarva Palika. She is protects everyone. She protects everyone. Sarva Palika and Sarva Jagatera Mata. She is the mother of complete creation. So when Krishna is the creator, the father of the complete creation, automatically Srimati Radharani is the mother of the complete creation. She is the Sarva Jagatera Mata. So now we will try to understand or perceive how we can see Radharani. So as I said in the beginning, we will try to take up in few steps. Like first one is we will try to see how Radharani is the internal energy of Krishna. So the Lord, Supreme Lord, has got multi-energies, not one or two energies. So many energies are there for the Lord. It's given in the Upanishad. Parasya Saktir Vividaiva Sruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Balakriya Cha. The Supreme Lord has multi-potencies which act so perfectly that all consciousness, strength and activity are being directed solely by His will. So the Lord has got so many potencies, so much power the Lord has got. And when we have power, we think that we are controlling our power. Okay, every one of us has got some power, isn't it? Everyone. Maybe I can lift 50 kgs or someone else can lift 100 kgs. We think that yes, this is my power is under my control. But is it actually the true that the power is under our control? Maybe in the young age, maybe yes we can. But when the age, when we are growing older and older, when the age goes, is it power will be still under our control? We wanted to do something, but we will not be able to do it. We cannot do that. The same thing what we did before, now we are not able to do it. So the power is not under our control. The potency is not under our control. Of course, we are all having some potencies, but the potency is not under our control. But whereas for Krishna, by just His supreme will, all the power is under His control. And that's why it's mentioned here, they are naturally inherent within Him. His famous form as described in the Shrutis is the source of all energy. It is Swabhaviki. Swabhaviki means it is naturally within the Lord. The power, the potency, all the potencies are naturally within Him. It is not that something the Lord has developed it. For example, as I given the example that I can able to lift 50 kg. But maybe in the initial stage I may not be able to lift 50. Maybe 20 kgs only I can lift. Then I can do practice. I will practice and then I will develop my potency and then I can lift more and more. Like this even, so for example, if I can draw something. I don't have that skill to draw it. But maybe by practice I can develop that skill. So in our case, the potency or the skill or the energy which is not within us, it is not inherent character for us, but we can develop it. But whereas the case of Krishna, all these potencies are within Himself. It is Swabhaviki, is inherent characters for Krishna. So that's why all the powers are not coming from outside. Everything is within Krishna himself. So if Krishna has got so much potencies, then all these potencies, how we are understanding is, we are just, for our understanding, we take it as in 3 categories. Vishnu Sakti Paraprokta Kshetrajna Tata Para Avidya Karma Samnyaya Tritiya Saktir Ishyate. The original potency of Lord Vishnu is superior or spiritual, antaranga or internal, and the living entity, Tatastya or marginal, actually belongs to the superior energy also. But there is another energy called the material energy, Bahiranga or external, and this third energy is full of ignorance. So the Lord has got so much potencies, but for our understanding we are taking it as 3 categories, as he mentioned here, Antaranga, Tatastha and Bahiranga Saktis. So why it has been, why we are discussing about this is, we are trying to understand in which portion Radharani, Srimati Radharani comes there. So 3 categories, now we are taking about only the internal potency of the Lord. So the internal potency, in Brahma Samhita we know that first sloka is Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. This Sat is, the Lord's form is Satchit Ananda. This Satchit Ananda is mentioned how it is. Sat is Sandhini's potency. That is the existence potency. So we are existing, the Lord is also existing. So the Lord, how the existence between us and the Lord is, what is the difference? It's like we are temporary, we are existing temporary. I am talking about the material body, not the soul. I am talking about the material body. We are existing here for some short period of time. But the Lord's existence is not like that. He was existing before, he is existing now, and he will be existing in future also. It's permanent. It's always, it's eternally Lord is existing. So that is Sandhini potency. That Sandhini potency is the Balarama. Not only the existence, all the paraphernalia of the Lord, it all belongs to the Sandhini potency. All the dhams belongs to the Sandhini potency. And the Chit potency is Samvit, it's a knowledge potency. How the Krishna, he knows about himself, and that same Samvit potency makes the Jivas also to know about Krishna. The Samvit potency helps the Jivas also to know about Krishna. So that potency is Yogamaya or Krishna himself. And then the third part is the Aladini Sakti, that is Ananda, this pleasure potency. This third part is the pleasure potency, is the manifestation of Srimati Radharani. So Radharani, as we saw in the beginning, her appearance was to give pleasure to the Lord. So that's how here it is mentioned here, it is that Aladini potency, this Ananta. So the pleasure potency, the Lord enjoys himself through Srimati Radharani. So in Bhatma Purana, Radharani says that I am Ramani, and in my company Krishna can always Ramana. So what is Ramani means? She is being enjoyed, and the Ramana is one who enjoys. So Krishna enjoys the Radharani, so it is Ramana. So now what we have understood here is that Srimati Radharani is the energy of the Lord, and which part? She is the internal energy, and within the internal energy she is the Ahladini potency, the pleasure giving potency for the Lord. So this is in one way of try to understand Srimati Radharani. So we will see the another way as the source of all Lakshmis and consorts of the Lord. Again we'll take from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Kanta Gana Dekhi Trivida Prakara. So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling that the consorts of Sri Krishna, I am looking at them, I am seeing in three types. Trivida Prakara. Eka Lakshmi Gana, Pure Mahishi Gana Ara, Vrajangana Rupa Ara Kanta Gana Sara. Sri Radhika Haite Kanta Ganera Vistara. So what are the 3 categories? The beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are 3 kinds: the goddesses of fortune, the queens, and the milkmaids of Braja, who are the foremost of all. These consorts all proceeded from Radhika. So even though the Krishna's consorts, they are all 3 categories, But all these three categories are coming from where? All three categories are coming from Srimati Radharani, Radhika. So here, just as the fountainhead, Lord Krishna is the cause of all incarnation, so Sri Radha is the cause of all these consorts. So how all the incarnations of the Lord, from where they are all coming? They are all coming from the Supreme Lord Krishna. Similarly, all the consorts of the Lord, they are appearing from Srimati Radharani. Without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radharani to assist in Lord's pastimes. Why so many consorts are coming? To assist the Lord's pastime. To have the Lord, they wanted to facilitate the Lord to enjoy more and more. So that's how there so many manifestations are coming. Okay. The plenary portions of Krishna's personality are called Vaibhava Vilasa and Vaibhava Prakasha. And Radha's expansions are similarly described. How the Krishna's expansions, we know that how it is described as Vaibhava Vilasa, Vaibhava Prakasha and Swayam Prakasha, all these different categories of incarnations of the Lord is there. Similarly, all the consorts also has been described as here. The goddess of fortune, the goddess of fortune is, who is that? Lakshmi Mata, Lakshmi Devi. All the Lakshmis in the Vaikuntha planets, they are all Vaibhava Vilasa, Vaibhava Vilasa category. Same Vaibhava Vilasa of Lord, who are the Vaibhava Vilasa? The 400 Vishnu forms. The 400 Vishnu forms are the Vaibhava Vilasa of the Krishna. Similarly, the queens are her Vaibhava Prakasha forms. The personal associates of Radharani, the damsels of Vraja, are direct expansions of her body, Swayam Prakasha. So the gopis, the Vraja gopis are how Krishna has got this Swayam Prakasa. What is the expansion of Swayam Prakasa of Krishna? Like how the Lord has expanded himself into many forms in Rasalila. Krishna was the one, but when during Rasalila, he has expanded many forms. The same form. If it is all same forms, there is no difference between many forms are there, but there is no difference between all the forms of Krishna in the Rasalila. So similarly, that they are called as Swayam Prakasha. Similarly, Radharani's Swayam Prakasha forms are all the gopis of Vrindavan. Okay, so this is how we understand that Radharani is the source of all consorts of Krishna. Now we'll see another way of understanding Radharani is how Srimati Radharani is the personification of Mahabhava. So we know this 9 stages of devotional service, starting from Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivarti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti Bhava and Prema. Where are we now? In which stage? Okay, the Shraddha is how we are getting the Shraddha. Shraddha we get maybe through our Purva Janma Ajnata Sukriti. We get some pious, we might have done some, unknowingly we might have done some pious activities. So with that pious activity, we are getting some Shraddha, little bit of Shraddha. It's like it's mentioned as the Komala. Komala means what? It's very flexible. Anytime it can break. So that much faith we have. So in the initial stage, with that Komala faith, we start performing. What we go do the next step? Sadhu Sangha. So with that association of the devotees, we do the Bhajana Kriya. And the Bhajana Kriya, it has to lead us to Anartha Nivarti. Okay. So when we are in this, particularly in this stage, Anartha Bhajana Kriya and Anartha Nivarti. We are going one step forward, coming one step backward. We are just circulating within this number 3 and number 4. Why? Because we are here, we got the association of the devotees, we got the mercy of our Guru, and then we have been initiated and we are performing devotional service. Is it not? Are we performing or not? We are performing devotional service. When we perform devotional service, it means what? It is Bhajana Kriya. We are performing devotional service, it is Bhajana Kriya. So when we perform devotional service, when the bhajana kriya, that means that the ignition has been started. The fire has been started. It's burning now. But if it burns fully, then the next step is very easy. Anartha nivarti is very easy. But what happens when we are doing this bhajana kriya, at the same time we are, well, like how when we are doing the yajna, if we are pouring the ghee, so the ghee, the fire comes nicely. But at the same time on the other side we are pouring water. Then what will happen? So we are one side we are pouring ghee and the other side we are pouring water also. How the fire will blaze there? It goes down. The fire goes down there. This is what is that means? Pouring water, it refers to our aparadas. So many aparadas we are doing. Nama aparada, seva aparada, and the greatest of all, Vaishnava aparada. So when we are doing this, our fire, that bhajana kriya is not happening properly. Then anartha nivarti is not getting completed. So we are always rounding within this number 3 and number 4. But what is actually the difference between the shraddha and asakti? Asakti is the attachment. It's almost similar, both are similar words. Faith and then attachment or attraction. Both are almost same. But the only difference is these are the two, bhajana kriya and anartha nivarti. So if you are doing it properly, the bhajana kriya, without any offenses, without doing any aparada, no nama aparada, no seva aparada, no Vaishnava aparada, then very easy for us to reach to attachment, attraction. So we'll see that attraction at the end again. So all our aim is to reach where? All our aim is to reach where? To prema. Prema pumarto mahan. So we will come to that point also. So our aim is to reach prema. But do you think that is the ultimate? Is prema is the ultimate or not? We always say, no, what is our aim of our life is to Krishna prema. Every day we are reading the 10 offenses. At the end of the 10 offenses, every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. You see, Radha Krishna prema. Like the chanting machine, Srila Prabhupada chanting machine, we put that. That chanting machine doesn't understand what is happening. So similarly, we are also reciting every day. But that is not the ultimate actually, but there are much higher levels are there. But at least for in our human form, at least we need to attain this prema, pure love of Godhead. So why I am bringing this point here is, Radha Maya's bhava is not up to the prema. It is something much beyond that. Prema vriddhi krama nama sneha mana pranaya raga anuraga bhava mahabhava aya. So these are all, it is not in our scope of work. This is not in our human scope of work. We cannot even imagine about all these things. These are beyond our limit. So the basic aspects of prema, when gradually increasing to different states, are affection, abhorrence, love, attachment, further attachment, ecstasy and great ecstasy. So these are all much higher levels. Like how we are condensing the milk, when we are boiling the milk. When we are boiling the milk becomes thick. So when we are, what we are taking is, the prema is like a drinking state. The milk is thick. It's not very liquid, more watery, but it's little thick, but it is still drinkable. But if you are keep on boiling it further and further, what will happen? The milk condenses and becomes like a solid. So that these states are like that. It's further higher states, these are. So this Mahabhava is partly present in Dwarakapuri. That means who is there in Dwarakapuri? The queens of Krishna, they have this Mahabhava stage. Not fully, it's not fully manifest in them, it's only little bit, partly it's manifest. But the highest mood of loving service to Krishna, Mahabhava, is present in all of the gopis. In Vrindavana gopis, this Mahabhava is present in all the Vrindavana gopis. But it is not the end. Still further, we have to go further. The highest stage of prema are Sneha, Mana, Prana, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava, Ruddha, Adiruddha, Madana, and then Madanakya. So this is, see how many steps are there. We are struggling where? We are struggling between Bhajana Kriya and Anartha Nivarti. We are in that early, very early stage. But for us to reach at least prema, at least that is our ultimate aim. But these steps are all just only for our understanding, to know the level of Radhamaya's, Srimati Radharani's affection, Radharani's love towards the Lord is just only for us to understand. Okay, see here it's mentioned that, however, the higher stages of Mahabhava like Adiruddha are not found in anyone else except the gopis. It's not fine, you cannot find it in the queens of the Lord in Dwaraka. Mohan may also be slightly present in Chandravali and the other likes her. In Mohan there are also Chitra Jalpa and all other ecstatic symptoms in the mood of separation, and this may be present in Lalita and Vishaga to some extent. So up to Lalita and Vishaga, this Mohan, it will come. But further, still we need to go further to understand Srimati Radharani. Madanakya Mahabhava is not found in Chandravali or even in Lalita and Vishaka. So the topmost mood, Madanakya Mahabhava, is found only in Radhika. So what is that Madanakya Mahabhava? So it is said that again it cannot be explained fully, but for us to understand that if, for example, if Krishna is present along with Srimati Radharani, but still Srimati Radharani is thinking that where is my Krishna, where is my Krishna? Even though Krishna is along with her, but still she is thinking, where is my Krishna, where is my Krishna? Because that is their mood of always thinking about Krishna, always thinking about Krishna. They never forget about Krishna. See, actually what happens, who has to think about Krishna? Who has to think about Krishna? The one who forgets Krishna has to think about Krishna. Simple, isn't it? One who forgets Krishna, he has to think about Krishna. But in the case of Radharani, there is no question of forgetting Krishna. Always in the mood of Krishna only. But still that Radharani also, even if Krishna is present there along with her, but still she is thinking, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? She is in the mood of searching. So that is how this is the little bit of Madanakya Mahabhava. So this is the form of Srimati Radharani. So it's mentioned here this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahabhava Swarupa Sri Radha Thakurani. So that Madanakya Mahabhava Swarupa is Srimati Radharani. Sarva Gunakani Krishna Kanta Siromani. So Prabhupada writes here in the purport, the essence of the Aladini Sakti is love of Godhead. The essence of love of Godhead is Bhava or transcendental sentiment, and the highest pitch of that Bhava is called Mahabhava. Srimati Radharani is the personified embodiment of these three aspects of transcendental consciousness. She is therefore the highest principle in love of Godhead and is the supreme lovable object of Sri Krishna. So she is the supreme lover of Krishna. Next we will see about how Radharani we can perceive as the topmost of all gopis. So here just we'll go through quickly. O gopis, I am not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within this lifetime of Brahma. Your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all the domestic ties which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your compensation. So, if, for example, if we are going to buy from the shop just 1 kg of rice, then you need to pay the fees, isn't it? We need to pay the cost of that rice. That means if that 1 kg of rice has got some value, that value you have to pay, then only you can get that. But for the service which Radharani and the gopis they have done to Krishna, what is the value Krishna can pay for it? Within this complete entire creation, there is no one which can be equal to the service made by the gopis and Radharani to Krishna. That's why Krishna is searching everywhere. What I can repay for you? If something is equal, if 1 kg of rice is 1 dinar, then we need to give 1 dinar. But what is the equal value for Srimati Radharani's service to Krishna? There is no value at all. There is nothing can be paid equal to that service. So Krishna is telling, I cannot repay you anything. So what I can do is, you continue your service to me. That is what I can tell you. See, in our life also we should understand, see, this is a very important point we need to see. When we are serving the Lord, how do you understand that the Lord is pleased with your service? If Lord is pleased with our service or not, how do we understand? Yeah, if we are continuing with more service, this is what Krishna is telling, that I cannot give you anything except further service to you. So if Krishna is pleased with us, we will be continuing our service. If we are not continuing our service, then you make sure that it is sure Krishna is not pleased with your service. There is something wrong we are doing. If we are not continuing with our service, we have to, you come to a conclusion, there is something wrong what I am doing. So Krishna further says in the Adi Purana, which is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, O Partha, the gopis know my greatness, my loving service, respect for me, and my mentality. Others cannot really know this. So the gopis service, there is the highest service. Why we are coming to this point is, we are trying to see what is the greatness of the gopis, and then come to the point how Radharani is higher than all the gopis. Just to understand the service of gopis is so difficult, so it's high, much higher level, but Radharani is much higher than all the gopis. So there is another verse here, this says what is the level of the gopi service. So it's here, this picture, this picture is here. Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajesha Tanayas Tattama Vrindavanam Ramya Kaschit Upasana Vrajavadu Vargaya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Purana Amalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Madamidam Tatrardo Naparaha. So what is the worship of the gopis? What they are worshipping? Whom they are worshipping? They are worshipping Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas. So they are worshipping the son of the king of Raja. Who is the son of king of Raja? Is Krishna. And where he is living? Taddama Vrindavana. He is living in Vrindavana. And what is the way of their worship is Ramya Kaschit Upasana Vrajavadu. So that is the topmost service to Krishna. There are many jivas are serving Krishna, but what is the topmost service to Krishna is the worship made by the Vrajavatus, the gopis. So what is the evidence for that? Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. So the evidence for that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So and this is whose opinion? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Madamidam. So this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has mentioned this. And Tatrardado Na Paraha. There is nothing more than this. So that is the ultimate. Nothing more. So gopi service to Krishna is the topmost. There is nothing can be even imagined above that. Now you see now next. This mood is unbounded in the damsels of Braja, but among them it finds its perfection in Sri Radha. So this service to the gopi, service done by the gopis, even that gopi's service to Krishna, it is still increasing. It has not reached the ultimate. You understand? Okay, for example, if we are traveling to some place, we need to reach our destination. When we are still traveling, that means what? We have not reached our destination. Still there is more to go. But when it comes to Srimati Radharani, it says it finds its perfection in Sri Radha. So there is nothing more for above Radha's service. So that Radharani's service is the topmost, that you cannot even imagine anything above that. Among the gopis, Srimati Radhika is the foremost. She surpasses all in beauty, in good qualities, in good fortune, and above all in love. So there is nothing more than Srimati Radharani's service. So again, Krishna says here, O Partha, in all three planetary systems, this earth is especially fortunate. Why this earth is very fortunate? Because on this earth there is a town of Vrindavana. And why the Vrindavana is mentioned? Because the gopis are present. Why the gopis are being mentioned here? Because Radharani is among the gopis. So that's how the Radharani's topmost service has been established. Okay, here I'll just skip that one. And although Krishna says Vedaham Samaitaitani, so Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is in one of the lecture, he mentions this. Krishna says that I know everything. Krishna says I know everything, but he fails to understand Radharani. Even Krishna, he says I know everything, but still even that Krishna, he fails to understand Srimati Radharani. That is the greatness of Radharani. Okay, now if such is the greatness of Radharani, who is that Radharani actually? She is nothing but Krishna. There is no difference between Radharani and Krishna. Radha Krishna Eka Atma Duhi Dehadari Anyonye Vilasa Rasa Asvadana Kari. So both Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. They are Eka Atma Duhi Dehadari, two bodies, but only one soul. Only one soul. They enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love. Radha Purna Sakti, Krishna Purna Sakti Man, Duhi Vastu Bedanahi. So Radha is the energy of the Krishna, and Krishna is the energetic. So this is Radha is energy, Krishna is energetic, and there is no difference between both of them. Okay, so we'll just go now. So now this is what most important for us. What is the benefit of worshipping Radharani? The very name Radha suggests that Srimati Radharani is eternally the topmost mistress of the comforts of Sri Krishna. As such, she is the medium transmitting the living entity's service to Krishna. So whatever service we do, either cooking or pujari seva or cleaning the temple, whatever service we do to Krishna, that service will be taken to Krishna only by Srimati Radharani. That medium of transmitting our service to Krishna is Srimati Radharani. Aladini, that Aladini energy gives Krishna pleasure and nourishes his devotees. So when we are doing service, as we said before, Krishna is pleased means we are serving more and more to Krishna. So that satisfaction for us, how it comes, who is giving that satisfaction is Srimati Radharani. So Radharani, when we are serving to Krishna, it pleases Krishna. That pleasing is given by Radharani, and the Radharani is acting in two ways. She conveys our service to Krishna, at the same time she gives our poshana. This she gives nourishes our for us. So gives nourishing strength for us. So that with that nourishing strength we can continue serving more and more Sri Krishna. So how do we continue more and more service? As I said in the beginning, we said that the Bhajana Kriya, when we are doing it, Shraddha Sadhu Sangha, with the Sadhu Sangha. So that Sadhu Sangha has to come again here. This is what is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Satam Prasanga Mama Virya Samhito Bhavanti Hrit Karna Rasayana Kata Tad Joshanat Asu Apavargavarmani Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukrashamita. So with the association of the devotees, when we perform our devotional service, step by step it comes. First it will appear, what will appear? Shraddha. And then Rati will come. This is what we mentioned, that attachment. Remember we are telling that what is the difference between that Shraddha and attachment. We mentioned, no? That attachment will come here like this. So Shraddha, Rati. Rati is also attachment. So Shraddha will come, and then the attachment will come, and then finally the Bhakti. So it is mentioned that Anukramesyati means it will come step by step. So if we perform our devotional service in the association of devotees, Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Samhita. So with the association of the devotees, when we are performing the devotional service, that will take us to these three steps. So finally we will conclude here. Srila Prabhupada's quote. Therefore, the mercy of Radharani is available very, very readily to the sincere devotees. So if you want the mercy of the Radharani, it is available for everyone. But we should be ready to receive it, isn't it? So how we can receive it? If we are sincere. It's readily available to the sincere devotees, and once she recommends such a devotee to the Lord Krishna, the Lord at once accepts the devotee's admittance into his association. The conclusion is therefore that one should be more serious about seeking the mercy of the devotees than that of the Lord directly. So we think that we avoid whoever is there among us, we go directly to the Lord. It's not going to happen. So just instead of directly trying to get the mercy of the Lord, try to get the mercy of the devotees along with you. And by once doing so, by the good will of the devotee, the natural attraction for the service of the Lord will be revived. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shri Sri Radharani ki Jai. Shri Radhashtami Mahotsava ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. On behalf of the temple management, I would like to take this opportunity to thank His Grace Kirtanesha Krishna Prabhuji for engaging all of us in this wonderful seva of listening through his wonderful lecture this evening, building up the mood, how we can serve Srimati Radharani, who is the most personal sevak of Sri Krishna, who can bless all of us so that whatever menial service we are doing here, she can recommend us to Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna. Now immediately we have the bhajan. Radha Kripa Kataksham bhajan is there, followed by drama.